How are you guys doing today? Let me make sure we are actually recording because this is my second take. And I really do want to know how you guys are doing. Today, as I record this, it is Sunday, September 21st. If you are on the West Coast and you're in higher ed, we've just finished in-service and classes have not quite started yet. I got 2 weeks of in-service sprung on us this year. Normally we only do one. So my brain is exhausted and I probably sound a little scattered, but there was something shocking that happened in one of the meetings and I made some notes. One of the teachers who has many decades of experience in education said, "I don't care about reading and writing." Now, this is shocking coming from an educator. It's particularly shocking to me that it came from a Native American educator. I am also a Native American educator. If you're new to this channel, if you go to my channel view, you will see an introductory video where I talk about my background in education and who I am and everything. I am directly descended from 3 different Native American nations and 2 tribal chiefs. I also have a great-grandmother from Switzerland, so there's one blonde one every generation and I'm it. But I found this particularly disturbing. We, as Native Americans, were not exposed to textbook-based instruction until after the American Civil War. But that does not mean we did not have literacy before then. We have had literacy since before any Europeans ever came here. And I'm not speaking necessarily about Christopher Columbus or any Spaniards. I'm speaking of when Leif Erikson and the Norwegian explorers came here well before then. There is a video interview that you can find here on YouTube. It's with N. Scott Momaday, and it's either from the late 80s or the early 90s. He went to the Boise, Idaho PBS station in person and did an interview. And he explains how we've had literacy since well before any Europeans came. And I will put the link to that video. I will pin it in the comments because I know if you're watching this on your phone, sometimes it's a little difficult to open up the video description, right? So this teacher went on to immediately after this comment to complain about how people don't currently understand the importance of clean drinking water. How are they going to know that? I mean, sure, we have our personal stories and everything, but we also need to read those stories. We need to write them down and we need to write them well. And writing is practice. It's like beadwork. The more you do it, the better it gets. If you don't do it for a while, your tension is all over the place on your beadwork. It's the same with writing, and writing is what helps you organize your thoughts. So if you want to bring quality value to your students, if you want to get straight in to the point that you're trying to make with your students, grab their attention from the beginning and hold it throughout the entire class time, you need to practice some sort of writing every day. to help you organize those thoughts. When you're doing your lesson plan and you're reviewing it the night before, or maybe even, right before they come in the classroom, when you're looking back over your notes for what are we going to do during this class period, you need to be able to write succinct bullet point style notes that are going to help you provide that content to your students. And writing is what helps you do that. I don't like journaling. It seems very much a concept to me where you're just writing for the sake of whatever, and it's just random scattered things that you write down. But I recently heard of something called a value journal, and I've started doing that. At the end of the day, you have an appointment with yourself. I have an alert on my phone for that, where I sit down and I have a meeting with myself. What did I get done today? What did I accomplish? What did I miss? What do I need to think about for the rest of the week? Or how do I need to adjust what I'm going to do tomorrow, right? When you provide value to your students, you can put a money value on that. Put it over to the side. When you have your yearly review in the spring, you can then explain the value that you have brought to students over the academic year and how much value that has brought to your educational institution. I also do it personally. I have a kid who has a workplace concussion, and if I help them with something during the day, I write that down. Now, there's no money value you can put on that, but it shows the ability to schedule well. It shows the ability to adjust if I get a call going, oh my gosh, I forgot I have an appointment in an hour and I can't drive there because I have a concussion, right? It shows empathy. It shows many other skills that have to go into that to help them, right? This also translates to your students because, I'm sorry, the cat is right here and they're scratching and their hair is everywhere. When you have that, that connection, the empathy and everything like that, what we call social emotional skills that we teach our students, even in higher ed, that helps you see the different ways that you can bring that into the classroom. That social emotional connection, the things that are the threads that weave us together as families. They weave us together as an institution. They weave our communities together. The teacher, before she made this comment, was going on for 15 minutes with a story that she related about an experience of finding candy in her pocket, which I have no idea what it had to do with reading, writing, and the importance of drinking water. And this is why I say writing helps you organize your thoughts. And if you do this kind of value journal kind of thing on a daily basis, you're able to help your students in the classroom. If they come to you with a problem, you have something that's been in the back of your brain that you're able to access quicker. If you get asked to speak during a meeting, you're able to do it more succinctly. So that is my advice for this week. Because of 2 weeks of in-service, my room is a mess. I'm going to be able to clean that up over the next week. I have several things that I'm going to be presenting to you guys. I'm starting a community for Q&A for educators that's going to be on the school platform, SKOOL, and I'll have more updates about that later. So, everybody ends with the usual like, subscribe, and all that stuff. It does not cost here to subscribe at all. That is free. And I just want to tell you guys, yeah, there's a lot going on right now. Yes, I want to know, how are you? Are you hanging in there? And I also want to tell you to hang in there. We're going to be okay. It's like, how did Red Green put that when that was still on PBS? I think he said, I'm pulling for you. We're all in this together. Something like that. He also said, keep your stick on the ice. So, as you can see, my goalie helmet right there. So I will see you guys in the next video, and just have a fantastic week. Think about how to keep your boundaries, to keep your peace in here, because that's how we provide value from our students right from the start. See you later.